on my first day in Japan with Paul McCartney. It was just before the first show at the Tokyo Dome. And so, I was there. I was supposed to film all this stuff. And they said, Michael, this is a few hours before the show. And they said, Michael, Paul's doing an interview with Japanese television. And, we want you to record that. So I'm there. It's just a two-person Japanese camera crew. And they're asking questions. And they go, they just wanted to talk about the Beatles, of course. And Paul didn't want to talk about that. He wanted to talk about his current tour and anything else. And Paul was like, I think everything that can be said about the Beatles has already been said many times. So why don't we just move on, to my current tour or whatever you wanted to talk about there. And then they had like a camera, the camera broke down, and they just went to the very back of the room there. And I'm just sitting there looking at Paul, and I'm thinking, I can think of something that's never been said about the Beatles. Should I tell it to Paul?
Did you?
No, I was too scared. But it was in my mind. And if I did tell him, I would have said, listen, Paul, I know something that's never been said about the Beatles.
Is this the trivia question that you're going to spring on me?
Yeah, because you're going to answer it.
Okay.
I would have said, what?
Pose it as a question for me. Go ahead, and then I'll try to answer.
Well, I will. I'll try. Here's what I would have said to Paul. Yeah, Paul, here's the thing that's never been pointed out about the Beatles. The Beatles, there was one attribute that the four Beatles shared that you probably can't think of another band from the 60s or even the 70s shared that personal attribute. So now you can answer.
Well, I would have to say that the answer is the four Beatles, what they have in common that no other band did, is each of their surnames had a double consonant in it.
Hey, I told you that before.
I plead the fifth.
John, Lenn, Paul, Mcc, George, Harr, and Ringo, Starr. And the thing is, even Stu Sutcliffe had two T's in his name, or two F's or something. So in my mind, then Paul would have, I would have told Paul. He said, "Oh, never thought of that." And I'd say, "But why, Pete Best didn't have that. Is that why you fired him?" And he'd go, "Yeah,